Major Brian Rooney, running for the same seat, 7th Congressional District. Please give him a round of hand. Brian.
Thanks, Ray. Thank you all very much. Hoorah. Thanks to all the Marines out there. I see a lot of you out there. Thanks to all the service members out there. I'll start off by saying that I see a lot of Vietnam vets, a lot of vets from different wars. And if you elect me to Congress, you will have a friend and a fellow traveler veteran down in D.C., and I will not forget about you. I will not forget about the Vietnam vets and what you did in South Vietnam and all the wars that our country's fought. We have a disproportionate number of veterans in this district, and that's a good thing because it shows how patriotic we are in this district. And we need somebody down in D.C. that can represent us and what we go through and some of the issues that we have down in D.C. from the VA all the way down. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and why I'm running. I'm running because as a Marine Corps officer, I was always taught that wherever you go, you leave a place better off than you found it. Mark Shower and his crew down in D.C. are going to leave America less prosperous and less free for our children, less of a better place than he found it. And every generation, it's incumbent upon them to leave to their children something better than they received. And I want to make America the same America that I received, one that had full of promise, full of hope. Not this false hope that comes with spending our money, trying to spend taxpayers' money and get us back into prosperity. That's a recipe for disaster. You know, right now you have China buying all of our debt, and then when they say they don't want to buy our debt, Barack Obama says, oh, don't worry about it, I got somebody else to buy our debt. You know who that is? It's Treasury Department. So we're printing money on one hand and buying it on the other. That doesn't sound too good of a recipe for me. I'll tell you, when I was in the Marine Corps for about more than 8 years, I learned a lot of lessons, but the best lessons I learned were in the battlefields in Iraq. I was there from 2004 to 2005, and I learned a lot in the Second Battle of Fallujah and the Battle of Najaf. A lot of people talk about experience. Well, the experience that I believe our founding fathers wanted their citizen legislatures to have were real-world experience. Guys that walked the battlefield, guys that created businesses or created jobs, people that were in the arena, not people that have spent their lives in a career in politics, whether they're in Lansing or D.C. or whatever. We need some fresh blood, some new perspectives and new ideas down in D.C. I'm with Glenn Beck. Let's throw them all out and start over. After I left the Marine Corps, I came to work at the Thomas More Law Center, which is a constitutional conservative law firm. It's like the ACLU, but conservative. We were one of the ones that were fighting for the Mojave Desert Cross out that was just recently said that it was constitutional, could stay where it was, and now that you have some crazy people stealing that cross. We were fighting for the Mount Soledad Cross in San Diego. We're fighting for constitutional liberties all over this country and state. I learned a lot by fighting for those constitutional liberties as an attorney at the Thomas More Law Center. I was also a prosecutor in the Marine Corps as well. And some of those real-world experiences I will bring down with me to D.C. I know one of the lawsuits that was filed by the Law Center, it dealt with what Attorney General Cox was doing, suing the government for this health care reform package. The mandate in the health care reform package is clearly unconstitutional and needs to go. Part of that lawsuit that Attorney General Cox filed, that the Thomas More Law Center filed, is important because hopefully we can put an end to this mandated coverage, and if we can't, then you can send some new people down to D.C. so that we don't get this thing implemented by 2014. We still have time, but this is our last great chance to change it, to get back to our core constitutional values and principles. I'm also running because I have a special needs child, and I spent 3 months walking up and down the hallways of Mott Children's Hospital praying for his life. We have the best health care in the world here, right here in Michigan. We have people coming from all over the world to save their children's lives, and with this health care bill, I know it's going to lead to rationing of care, and we're going to lose that best health care. And we need to have hope for not just the people here in Michigan, but all over the world, because we are that shining city on the hill. I grew up with Ronald Reagan, and he talked about American exceptionalism. He knew what communism was, and he called it evil. I know what radical Islam is, and I call it evil. We know the enemies that our country faces, and we need to confront it head on. Ronald Reagan stood for the same things I stand for. less government in scope and size, less taxes, and more freedom for the individual. You know, I look at license plates now that I drive all around the 7th Congressional District. There's 7 counties. One of the license plates I look at and I like a lot, as I say now, is I'm from Missouri. You got to show me, because I'm not trusting the government. I want you to show me now from now on. So what you say you're going to do, first show me you're going to do it. I lived in 2 border towns, in Yuma, Arizona, when I was stationed there in San Diego. Hey, there's a mess on the border down there. Arizona's doing what the crazy thing that they're doing is turning something into a crime, that which was already illegal. And that's fine for Arizona to do it. You know, San Diego built a big wall there. When they built the wall, crime went down by half. I've lived on 2 border towns, and we need to secure our border, because that's the #1 responsibility of government, is to protect our sovereignty and our borders. So I'll say, you know, when I'm down in D.C., I'm not going to listen to politicians and say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I'm going to say, no, show me. I want some good faith efforts from some of the laws that we already have on the books. So the laws on the books already say protect our borders, we'll do it. And then we can talk about other things, but not until we see that you're doing what you're supposed to do already. The other license plate that I love a lot, and I think about quite a bit as a patriot of this country and someone that loves this country dearly, is the New Hampshire license plate. Live free or die. We have to take back our country down in D.C. We have a constitutional crisis going on right now. What we have primarily is a crisis of consent. You have a government that has the raw power to do what they want, and they're doing it. Right now, they think that they're supreme instead of the people, we the people, who are supreme. And we need to get back to us being supreme. We need to get back to those constitutional principles that made our country great, and in that way make our country move forward. When I knock on doors all over this district, and my team's knocked on thousands of doors, the first thing they say is, hey Brian, it's the economy, stupid. Remember that one? We need jobs. We need to stop the spending, and we need to get rid of Mark Schauer. I'm the guy that can beat Mark Schauer. I'm the guy that knows what constitutional principles are about, because I fought for him in the courtrooms around this country. I fought for him in Iraq. I didn't go to Iraq to secure the liberties and freedoms for people that never had them before, so that I could come home and have those liberties and freedoms taken from us right here. Hey, I want to thank you all for coming out. This is what the Tea Party's all about. It's the silent majority that is not silent any longer, and they got something to say. And they're saying it on fields like this all over the country. Please check out my website at runwithrooney.com. Become part of my team. We got road signs going out now, volunteers all over the place, Facebook and Twitter. We're going to be putting this on YouTube tonight as well, so you might be able to see yourself on YouTube. All right, folks, thank you all very much. God bless you. God bless Battle Creek. God bless America.